Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Gavin.
I'm Ernie.
And this is
Tristan.
Okay, so here's the dealio. You most likely saw, our, how long was it, 10-minute video?
It was like 15-minute video.
15-minute video talking about stuff we think about Nintendo and all that. And we got to thinking, well, we know all this stuff about retro and all that. This little guy doesn't. So we were thinking, we get him to play the Switch, which he never plays. He's more of an Xbox, PC guy. But here's the kicker: he got to choose, and he also chose Shovel Knight. So we get a 2-for-1 because that's more of a retro game. As you can see, I have 3 done profiles, and we're gonna start him off with a Spectre Knight profile. That's not very good. There we go. A Spectre Knight profile. He's only played this game once on the Shovel Knight version. But now we're gonna give him the Spectre Knight, let him play for about 15 minutes, and then we're gonna see his opinions on what he thinks of the Switch and with how the game is set up, somewhat retro games.
Yep. And this is from a kid who's never played the Switch before.
No, well, once or twice. And
not really played it, just kind of held it. I mean,
no, he played 1-2 Switch.
And it's not because he didn't, because he couldn't. He just didn't want to. He's into other things. We're just trying to get his point of view, an 11-year-old's point of view.
Yeah, because we're kind of biased, because we love Nintendo.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. So, here you go.
Let's see. He's going to play. He's going to sit here and play.
Choose this profile. Yes. And you can start your adventure. Skip it if you want. We don't care.
And we're going to leave him alone.
Okay,
time's up.
Okay.
So he's been playing for, what, like 15, 20 minutes, something like that?
Yeah. Oh. You got to the first boss. Unfortunately, he'll have to finish afterwards. 1 second. Okay. So, Tristan,
time to answer some questions.
You played for about 15 minutes. So, first of all, how compared? Because you played with a lot with the Xbox and PlayStation controllers.
And he's played the 3DS quite a bit. He's got one.
Would you say you felt more comfortable with those Joy-Cons, or more comfortable with a controller that you played normally?
I think I feel more comfortable with the controller that I play normally.
What did you think about the game? Like, the game itself, did you like the game? Shovel Knight?
It was so hard.
Well, it's a platformer. It's not a 3D game.
Yeah.
So, platformers were hard.
That's the thing. The thing is,
I know as a kid I threw a couple of controllers out the window.
Yeah, so the thing is, Shovel Knight is based off of a retro-ish NES era games. So basically, you experience the closest modern thing you're going to get to a retro game. So would you say that, given the opportunity, you would, which you have many, you would play old retro games if a newer game was also presented to you?
Let's play it again.
Like, okay, if someone was like, "Here, play this retro game or play this new game," do you think that you would choose the retro game over the new game?
New game.
New game? Okay, so
I want to ask him why. Do you think it's kind of hard, like harder because it's 2D, so you don't have as many opportunities? Like in a 3D game, you have, there's more opportunity to
in like my favorite game is Destiny, and like if you, it's 3D, and if you're like if you're like trapped by a bunch of people, there's jetpacks or like jumpers that can double jump you. You can just get out and fight easily.
Right. So it's not as linear as these games, which are just kind of set in stone, their mechanics and stuff. It's like if you do this, you die. Which in a game like Destiny, there's like 100 different ways to approach a situation. Instead of just so I can see that. I can totally see where he's coming from. Now the thing is, this isn't all the Switch can do. The Switch is capable of a lot more than just this retro game. And maybe in the future, what do you think you'd like? Not right now, but at some point to play like a different game on the Switch, like a more. I know they don't have Destiny, but like a more modern game.
Well, here's the thing. You might not want to play Sonic Mania because that's like based off retro games too. But do you think maybe you'd ever want to play a nice, friendly Nintendo game like Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is very open world, and yes, the game is very hard. You take a lot of damage, but it's more linear, and it's basically like it's a newer game.
Breath of the Wild is almost like the GTA of Zeldas, in the way that it's just an open world.
Yeah.
You got the cities. It just reminds me of a big, like GTA Zelda style.
So, do you think you'd ever want to do that?
Maybe. It feels like my last resort. If all my Xbox stuff broke because I got so mad, I was playing this.
Okay, now this compared to your 3DS, how do you compare them? Which one do you like more?
I like this one more because it's more small and it's more portable, and it's like really fun because most of the games on there aren't just like 2D. Some of the games are 3D, and like Smash Bros. And stuff, all those kind of stuff.
Well, the 2D and the 3D doesn't really matter because there's tons of games that are not just 2D on the Switch.
Like,
I mean,
there's a Mario game, I forget what it's called, but there's a Mario game on there. That's
Mario
like,
3D World?
Yeah, Mario 3D World, where it's like, instead of looking from like 2D, it's from the back, and you can like see the back of them. Like, I think that's cool.
Here's the thing about that game. I don't care for that game's camera angle, like you're saying. Because I prefer the camera to be centered on the main character, such as Mario Sunshine or Zelda Breath of the Wild, like where the character is in the center.
Yeah.
Instead of because the thing about those games is like the camera is fixed on one portion of the screen, and the Mario moves around in it.
Yeah.
That's kind of harder to deal with than Mario being right there and you're following Mario. But hey, you do you. I get where you're coming from.
Well, the one thing about the Switch is like it's more of a third-person game. Like that's why.
On what you're playing.
Well, yeah, that depends on what you're playing. But it's like a tablet. And tablets aren't really like made for an instance, a kind of game like Call of Duty. Like it's first person, and it would just feel weird playing it.
So what you're saying is for you view the Switch kind of like as a tablet with controllers on the side, more than as like a full-fledged gaming system.
So wait, would you say because of that you would play it, you would not prefer to play it like this, but you would play it
like if it was docked?
Yeah, if it was docked and in the TV,
playing,
and all you did was use the Joy-Cons on the little holder. Do you say you think you'd have a better time doing that than playing like that?
Yeah.
Maybe next time we can see how that goes.
Who knows? Maybe next time, since he thinks he's so confident with new 3D games, maybe we'll make him play, maybe Mario 64, Mario Sunshine.
Or we can do it when Mario Odyssey comes out. And see what he thinks about that.
I would like maybe do they have controllers that are like Xbox controllers on the Switch? Like,
they have the Pro, which is it's a lot like Xbox.
I would want to
It's Xbox style.
It's a lot like this, basically.
Yeah.
I would 100%.
And that is kind of Xbox style.
It's the way you play.
Yeah, I would 100% prefer that than
So would you say the Switch is a console? I know you don't feel comfortable playing with it because of the way the way it feels. But would you say the Switch as a console is something you would like to play just with a different controller? And you would
well, I wouldn't like it. It's just some of the games I don't like. Like the retro games, I don't really like. But the new games like Splatoon
we don't have Splatoon.
Well, I know.
Well, that's a demo.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying like stuff like Splatoon, those kind of stuff I would love because it's just fun. And 1-2 Switch, I like that because it's like more of a party game. And I like party games on these kind of like Wii systems. I don't really like Shovel Knight or anything, or like Zelda. I like those kind of party games.
Okay.
Cool.
So I bet you they're gonna release the Mario Party. So that's basically the end of this video. But I just want to say, all you Switch owners, you should download Wonder Boy. It's a great game right there. It's right there. Download it. It's hard and challenging, but if you like a challenge, get it. I'm not sponsored. It's just a good game. Get it. Let's do it.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys, that is it. This little guy wants to go.
Oh, wait. Can I say one more thing?
Sure. Go
Say
ahead.
whatever you want.
When I was here, let me see the Switch. When I was using the Switch, for the first like 5 minutes, I had it like this. I realized how uncomfortable that is, and then I had it like this. And I realized how uncomfortable it was, and then once I had it like this, every kind of like thing that I do, like
Well, did you ever think of?
Well, let's see.
Well, did you ever think
Compare
of
the
playing it
weight.
like this?
Yeah, I played it like that.
Well, let's compare the
Yeah,
weight.
it was-
Let me see.
Yeah.
It's not any. I would say it's not any heavier than.
Well, you know,
3DS.
it's probably the fact that like your hands are so far apart when you do it
Yeah.
like this. Oh, look.
Yeah.
Well, we have to wrap this up.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll come at you next time with something else. Hopefully, you'll like it.
Get one
See you later.